Right, thank you everyone for attending. I think you'll find what I'm going to tell you today is probably one of the most important things that's going to come out of our COVID lockdown. You have to have had 2 injections before Medicare put it on their website, and your doctor or whoever gives you the injection should put down the dates that you've had the injections. And you will need this. And why do you need it? You have to have a digital certificate on your device, because the authorities will soon demand to see it in future to do any sort of outside activity. And this is a clipping I got out of the Times, where in France, Mr. Macron has shown people have to show their vaccination, immunity or recent negative COVID test to access trains, long distance buses, shopping centres, restaurants, bars, cafes and gyms. And I would think that it also means aeroplanes as well. And I also noticed on the news today that Canada is going to start allowing tourists into the country if they have been vaccinated. And I think that this is going to happen in Australia, and I think they're working very, very hard to do it. So let's talk about how to do it. First, you have to get a digital certificate. And to do that, you have to have a myGov account. Now, I'm sure all of you have got a myGov account, either for a seniors health card or a pensioners card. If you don't have one, you should have one, because you're missing out on the $64.90, I think it is, a quarter or a half year of energy rebate for seniors. So that's the log site there, my.gov.au. Once you do that, you get into either create an account. If you don't have one, you go to where my cursor is, create a myGov account. They'll ask you various questions, and then you have to sign in. So you have to use a username or your email and a password. And this is 2-stage identification. So once you sign in, you then get the next message through your device. And I'm sorry, I missed that typo there. I'll sort that out. You get the code, you push the code, put the code in, and then you get in to your account. And then you have to link your myGov account with Medicare. So if you can see the bottom of the cursor there, link another account. Now I'm linked to Medicare, and I'm linked to send a link for my seniors health card. But if you can see here, the quick link, you can click on that, go to Medicare. So we're going to click on that. And then once you've got that, you're getting your digital COVID certificate. And it also gives you all immunization history that you've had before. And with most of us, we've all had various vaccinations for pulmonary diseases, plus our COVID vaccinations. But the one we want specifically today is the COVID-19 certificate. So you click on that, and up comes the certificate. Now, this is my certificate here. For privacy reasons, I've blocked out the other ID, but it shows that I've had 2 AstraZeneca shots on the 13th of April and the 16th of June. Now, I want you to remember this, because when I show you what it looks like at the end on your digital device, it looks exactly like this, but I took a photograph of my wife's iPad with her certificate on it, and for privacy, I've covered up her name with a piece of tissue. So this is what your certificate looks like. Now, the government want you to connect your digital identity to myGov ID. And it's a crazy system, because a lot of our trainers have tried it. You have to consent to share. You have to click on your digital identity. But it's very difficult, because it wants you to take scans of important documents, such as your birth certificate, your driver's license, or your Medicare card. I did it, but then it was really, really hard to get the digital identity. So I've worked on a better system, which I'll show you. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, that they want you to go to myGov ID, and you have to give them prove who you are, and that's why you have to give them 2 identity documents that you have to scan with your phone and send it to myGov ID. But so we're going to do it a different way. So a better way to do it is to download the Medicare app from either the Play Store or the App Store. And this is what it looks like once you got the app on your phone. And for Android devices, this is from the Play Store. You see the little man there. It's Express Plus Medicare Services Australia. Initially, I thought this was dodgy, but then I looked at all the links down the bottom there, and I thought, no, it is. So that's what it is for Android devices. But I've got an older Android phone, and it just went straight, it loaded straight up. My wife's got a new one, and it did ask for a credit card. So luckily I had a debit card with about $2 in it. So when they asked me to scan that, I just scanned it, and it allowed her to download it. So that's for Android devices. For Apple, you go to the Apple store, and you get the Express Plus Medicare. So you can see the same little man there, and I'll show you what it looks like on your device when I click the next phone. So this is what it looks like on your phone here. This is a photograph of my wife's phone, and these are some of my grandchildren. So there we go. We get Medicare Plus, welcomes you back. So to get your COVID certificate, you have to log in to the Medicare and sign in with your myGov account to be able to get the offline items. So once you've signed in there, it then gives you the opportunity to sign in with 4 numbers. So you have to remember what your numbers are. And then if you get pulled up at some place and they want to see that you are genuinely who you are, and you can show it on a device. The reason why they want you to do this is, from relatively well-known sources to me, people in other countries that are coming back to Australia, and you know who I'm talking about, are paying for dodgy certificates to say that they are free of COVID, whereas in fact when they come to Australia, they're all found to have it. So that's why you need to have it on your device. Then once you've clicked it on there, it lets you know that you have a myGov PIN. So there's already a myGov PIN connected to your account. So then we continue, and I've put in to my phone the code. And if you notice here that with the little fan there, I'm hooked to the internet there now. So what I'm doing now is going to show you how to be able to save it offline. So what it means is you can either have your internet turned off, or you can switch your phone to airplane mode. And it says, if you'd like to save it offline, for other users who have access to this device will be able to view this certificate when you are logged out of Express Plus Medicare app. So you press OK, and it's saved. So that, therefore, you can view it offline, as I say, as long as you've disconnected your mobile internet or you've got your phone on aeroplane mode. And I think this is really going to be very, very important, because the Australian government surely have got to start letting people travel or move around without locking states down if you've been vaccinated. So there's the offline item, and this is what they're after. There's a big tick there to show that I have had my vaccination certificate. And as I said, remember the original certificate that I had at the front. I can't show you my wife's one. So this is her iPad, and I just put a towel over that and took a photograph of it. so that that's exactly what you see. So that's the end of the presentation.